Hey, it's Big Game James McCarty, Sports Director at Flag Family Media, here with Dragon Women's Basketball Head Coach Karla Nelson. Coach, on a high note, last Friday night against St. Cloud State, a milestone for Terryn Johnson, one of the homegrown talent players, getting her 1,000th career point, if I remember correctly, the 27th Dragon in women's hoops history, in program history to do so. We've seen her develop the last 4 years. What has she just meant to the program and maintaining and elevating the level of the program the last few years?
You know, I think the one thing that when I think of Terryn, I don't think of points and rebounds. I think of, to me, her legacy is one of she always puts others ahead of herself, and she always brings the energy regardless of how she feels. And that's one thing I told her. I said, that to me is your legacy, is just that ability to do that, because so many people, just in general, cannot do that. And she does it all the time, every day. And, you know, I just I have a lot of respect for that. Then the other thing, you know, when I get here on Saturday morning or Saturday before the game, the first person on the court is Terry. And she's just getting prepared to play. And, you know, there isn't much that I can say other than, you know, I just have a lot of respect, and I'm grateful that I've gotten a chance to coach her.
Last weekend, overall, a split. A win against St. Cloud State, a tough battle in that one. Played really well early on in that one and got a victory. Against Mankato, it's that typical matchup where there was some inexperience that was dealing with the pressure the Mavs have as a whole for the first time. What are your overall thoughts of the weekend and the learning curve that took place? Well,
first of all, to beat St. Cloud, who is playing good basketball, I thought was a great win for us. I thought we had a really good second half, especially fourth quarter. I thought we really finished that game off well. And again, I'll say, you know, you can't look at St. Cloud's record and go, you know, they're down. It's, number one, our league is super tough. Number two, they've lost a lot of close games, but well coached, always a great battle. And so just really happy with that win. And then going into Saturday, you know, what can you say? First of all, I will say Mankato probably played as well as they can play. I thought they had great energy in their press. I thought they had great energy in transition. Their half-court defense was extremely tough for us. And our inexperience showed up at certain points in time. And, you know, they made us pay for it. I think they had 35 points off of our turnovers. We didn't have a ton of live ball turnovers. They had 13 steals, which, you know, is a huge stat that you look at. We did out-rebound them, but in turn, I think the most disappointing thing was just the fact that we did play, our transition defense was poor, and then half-court defense was poor. Just didn't match up. But you know, you have to give Mankato credit, because they came in and played with great energy and did all the things that a number 2 team, or really a number 1 team in the country, should do, and they did it to us.
Piggybacking off that a bit, from a little bit of what we saw last weekend was we saw Sid Dahl back out on the court the last few minutes of the ball game. From our eyes, you know, you're hoping to see some confidence out of a young lady. This is about as healthy as your team's going to be this season. So just seeing her out on the court, I don't know what the anticipation is for minutes possibly or not this weekend, but how exciting is that? How encouraging is that as a coach to see some of the youth out there being able to persevere through it? Even same with Aubrey, to continue late in the ball game. When you turn over the ball a half a dozen times, to still have that grittiness to go back out there and keep going for more.
Well, I mean, first of all, I'll talk about Aubrey really quick, because you brought it up. I mean, much better second half, much more comfortable. I think she actually got a feel for it, so I was happy about that. But yeah, with Sid, you know, I thought Sid, and even putting Julia in, you know, they didn't back down. They continued to compete, and with Sid, you know, she's going to be an option for us the rest of February. And you know, I'm going to play her as I see fit. You know, we're preparing her to play, and you know, give Bergie some breaks, and hopefully not just do that, but hopefully she takes some time away from Bergie because she's playing well and making us a better basketball team. And I have a lot of confidence in Sid. I mean, I think, I'm not gonna. I don't want to offend anybody, but she's a badass. Like, she's not gonna go out and be soft. And I guess the biggest fear I have is that she'll try too hard. So hopefully we can get her in there and she gets a feel for the game. But yeah, I'm super excited once she starts to play, and then again, once we get healthy for next year.
You'd mentioned Julia as well, McAdams.
Yep.
Being able to watch her a little bit as a Moorhead High graduate in high school. At this point, I would say a little bit more raw of a player, kind of working development. I know this offseason with Swen's going to be a huge developmental piece for her, but same with her on top of everybody else that we had mentioned with Ob and Sid and whatnot. How encouraging is it to see her out there and not backing out? I remember a game about a month ago where she didn't box out on a free throw, and everybody within about 3 blocks of campus heard you yell at her to box out, and it seems like some of those effort things are starting to come along now.
Well, Juju in practice is fantastic, and I try to tell her as much as I can, that she is improving, and around the rim, she is as good as we have. She can do some things that Terry and Alishka and Emily and all those guys, they don't do some of the things that she does. So I told her, maybe people don't know you this year, but they will know who you are next year. And so I have great confidence in that, and just excited to see her development. And it's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be fun for Moorhead people to come watch a familiar face.
Mm-hmm. Looking ahead now to this weekend, tough road trips. First time that your team is ever going to play in an NSIC bout in Jamestown, and then you go down to Aberdeen, which is just a tough place to play in general as well. What needs to happen to be successful and to start the front end of a winning streak?
Well, I think, we have to focus, primarily right now on Jamestown, and they're playing much better basketball. They're shooting the three really well, trying to transition, more possessions. So we're going to have to be really good in transition defense, take away the three, which we have not done. So maybe we can change that. That would be nice. Let's change that. Then we're going to have to execute on offense, and there's some things that we can do against them that, I feel pretty confident that we can put some points on the board. But yeah, it's a new environment for us. It'll be a lot of fun. And then heading to Aberdeen, I love Aberdeen, right? I would not like to live there, but I love playing in Aberdeen. I think Aberdeen fans, Northern fans, are terrific fans. I think it's an awesome place to play. I can't remember a time where we actually played horrible there. We've always had some boxing matches, and then we've actually played really well there. I think it's just a terrific place to play, and hopefully we go out there and play with a lot of energy, because it's going to be a very, very physical basketball game.
Well, if it's anything like your home matchup against them, all the way down to the final couple of 2-3 seconds. So yeah, and I'm assuming that Coach Kruger won't want the ending to end the way it did, so they'll be ready for us. And but I think the next 6 games are going to be fantastic basketball games. I'm looking forward to each and every one of them. So good luck this weekend, Coach. We can't wait to be down in Aberdeen. Thanks, James. Big Game James McCarty alongside head coach Karla Nelson on the Dragon women's basketball team. Have a great rest of your day.